I wish to express my reasoning for voting in favor of the measure on our consent agenda entitled Equality within the University of North Carolina. Diversity, equity, and inclusion programs and their predecessors over the last 50 years, as operated at our constituent institutions, have helped varied groups of people in important ways. None more so than in providing increasing access and opportunity to our state citizens as it is ever expanding and ever more diverse. These programs have increased student retention and graduation rates, both goals that we have rightly established for each of our constituent institutions. These programs have made our universities feel more welcoming to a more diverse group of people from North Carolina and beyond, further fulfilling our deeply rooted mission of serving all. Specifically, these policies and programs have helped students from rural areas of our state, first-generation students, students who grew up in poverty and bring with them the hopes of making a better life for themselves and for their families, veterans, women, adult learners, students returning to college after taking time off, members of our LGBTQ community, those with disabilities, including but not limited to physical disabilities and neurodivergent ones like autism, students from foreign lands, students from our Native American community, our Latinx community, our Asian American community, our African American community, those from different cultures, and those from different traditions. DEI programs and their predecessors have done a lot of good for a lot of people, and frankly, have resulted in our constituent universities reflecting the richly diverse fabric of our state and have made our universities more welcoming for all and have made our universities stronger and better and have changed the lives of North Carolinians and their families. That being said, I have been made aware of things that have been done in the name of DEI that make me uncomfortable and that I believe actually result in our university communities being less welcoming to all. It is fundamentally important to me that people in North Carolina, as well as people across our nation and world, know, as Chair Ramsey rightly said in his op-ed earlier this week, all are welcome at the constituent institutions of the University of North Carolina. My focus on being welcoming is born out of my own life experience. I was born with a congenital heart defect, and as a result, I was always the shortest and the smallest person in my class. I was different. When it came time for recess and PE, and my classmates were picking teams, I was always the last person picked. I remember the feeling of just hoping one time I wouldn't be the last person picked. Maybe they'll pick me. You get to you're down to two, and maybe they'll pick me. But it hurts when you feel that you don't belong. It hurts when you feel that you're not accepted and that your differences are held against you. I don't want any student, any potential student, any faculty member, any staff member, any alumni, or any citizen of our state to ever have that feeling. I don't want them to ever feel that they don't belong at the University of North Carolina. I have read this measure time and time again, and I truly encourage all to read it. This measure outlines some of our core values as a university, and as a part thereof, it expressly does the following: affirms that each individual is deserving of dignity and inclusion, ensures that diverse persons of any background from North Carolina and beyond are invited, included, and treated equally. I'm quoting from the text. Ensures equality of all persons and all viewpoints, requires compliance with all federal and state law that protect people from discrimination, reinforces the university's commitment to freedom of speech and expression for all, reaffirms academic freedom, and recommits the university to equality of all persons, including but not limited to equality of opportunity for all students that enroll in a constituent institution and for all employees that serve the university. If I did not believe that all of these assurances and commitments were genuine, I would have a different approach to this measure. Yes, this measure does amend the university code as it relates to DEI, but it does not lessen our university's commitment to diversity and inclusion, to equality and equity, to being a place where all feel welcome, where all feel that they belong. I truly believe that these commitments made in this measure are heartfelt by the members of this board and by the university leadership. Upon adoption, this measure will turn to our chancellors and interim chancellors across the system, and they will be asked to look at the programs on their various campuses with an eye towards altering any program that has been less than welcoming, and keeping and even supplementing any programs that have been successful in accomplishing the goals amplified by this measure. It is my hope and my belief that the chancellors will go back to each of their campuses and listen to all stakeholders in their university community, including students, faculty, and staff, and then act thoughtfully. As this measure expressly states, this is an opportunity for chancellors to double down on those programs that have worked in advancing the success of our students, which, from my perspective, is often the very programs that make all students feel more welcome and that make all students feel as though they belong. So, to the students, faculty, staff, alumni, parents of students, and future parents of students, whether you are in this room today or whether you are watching online or whether you hear or read these remarks in the future, please rest assured that all of the constituent institutions of the University of North Carolina are fully committed to all, and I do mean all in the broadest sense, all in our university community feeling included and welcome and supported and as though they belong, because each of them does belong. Each of you do belong. Just as you are in your perfect, wonderful, diverse self, exactly as you are, you belong. I'm glad and I'm proud that you're a part of this university community. You make our university better. Thank you, Chairman.